got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation.
Just a few days before Shannon Sharpe got hit with that $50 million lawsuit, Terrence Howard had already been out here warning the world, and not in a quiet way either. He was loud and about what he feels happens to outspoken black men in Hollywood, and that's exactly what happened to Shannon.
They get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal.
Shannon's in the headlines for something that could ruin everything he built. And just like that, Terrence is back to remind us that this is just the beginning. Not because he's siding with anybody, but because he's been saying this exact setup was coming for years. Terrence didn't hold back. He spoke about what he calls losing your man card. And according to him, once that happens, it's over. You don't get that back.
But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
He believes black men in this industry are being pushed into situations that slowly pull them away from who they really are. Now look at Shannon. That man was dominating, first in the NFL, then in the media game. Undisputed Club Shay Shay, he had people locked in, but just when he's about to sign a massive podcast deal worth 9 figures, here comes a lawsuit out of nowhere. The timing, suspicious to say the least. According to several media outlets, Terrence sees that as confirmation. This doesn't feel random, it feels designed. Back in Terrence's convo, he got personal. He told a story about Diddy inviting him over under the pretense of doing some acting work. But as the story played out, his assistant told him straight up that he believed Diddy was trying to take advantage of him. That changed everything. Terrence cut the whole situation off.
No.
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
And that's where the real drop started. He started losing gigs, opportunities dried up, and the narrative flipped. Suddenly, he was difficult to work with.
Have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that because the man card means everything.
That same kind of shift is what people are watching play out with Shannon now. No one's saying it's the exact same scenario, but the pattern is moving real close. Now, this is something even Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle talked about.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it.
Now, talking about the details of the lawsuit, according to folks, it really looks like it's meant to bring Shannon Sharpe down. A woman identified as Jane Doe claimed that Shannon manipulated her, filmed her without permission, and essayed her on more than one occasion. But what's catching even more eyes is how quickly this lawsuit happened, right when he's about to secure a historic media deal. It's that kind of takedown Terrence was talking about. Loud, embarrassing, public, and always when the person is about to level up.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Right after Jane Doe filed her $50 million suit, Sharpe's legal team came with fire. According to several media outlets, they dropped dozens of pages of what they claim are text messages between him and Doe, some of them reportedly handed to The Cut and a few other outlets. These weren't just basic texts either. They allegedly showed Jane Doe asking Sharpe to tie her up and do bad things to her, plus a long list of other sensitive messages. Most of these messages date back from March 2023 up through January of this year. Now, here's where it gets dicey. These texts were presented out of order and possibly even exposed her real name, listed as Gabriella Zuniga, which already got people raising eyebrows. And some folks online said this was a trap from the get-go. She set a trap, and if the ninja stuck his D right in it. Sharpe's lawyer stepped up and explained that the messages clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual in nature. In other words, they were basically saying this wasn't some one-sided thing. But then the other side clapped back hard. Tony Buzbee, yep, the same attorney who's been in the headlines for going after Diddy and Jay-Z and who raped over 20 women in the Deshaun Watson case. He's the one behind Gabriella Zuniga's case too. Alongside attorney Micah Nash, they came through with a whole different kind of receipt. Buzbee dropped a 96-second audio clip to TMZ. In that clip, you can hear a woman, allegedly Jane Doe, talking to a man believed to be Sharpe. She tells him directly not to manipulate her anymore.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
That's when it turns cold. The man responds that if she says that word one more time, he's going to choke the life out of her when he sees her. When she replies that she doesn't want to be choked, he tells her she does and says he doesn't think she has a choice in the matter.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
That ain't playful, and Buzbee didn't sugarcoat it either. He told TMZ the contents of the clip are certainly not playful, but instead disturbing and dangerous. Now Sharpe's reps did respond. They said the words were said in the heat of the moment during an argument and claimed the phone call had nothing to do with their bedroom activity. But the internet ain't letting that one slide easy. People are asking real questions now. One user said maybe he meant it in a way, while another said Unc go set up, but Unc fell for it. Sad at the same time, people online are noticing something else. This might be the warning Terrence was initially giving black men in the industry, but he's also got his own messy past. Arrests, DV allegations, stories from his exes, it's a lot. But even with all that, some are saying Terrence is still speaking on something that might be true. See, just because someone's got baggage doesn't mean what they're saying is fake. In fact, maybe that's how they know how the game really moves. Now, with Shannon facing a lawsuit, public shame, and media pressure, it's hard not to look back at everything Terrence said and think maybe he saw this wave coming before anyone else did. One user said, a celebrity finally with the guts to say it, respect to him. while another said, big respect to Terrence Howard for speaking bluntly on this matter. Is this the moment people finally start paying attention, or will it get swept under the rug like the rest? Hit us up in the comments. This conversation is long overdue, and if you're here for real talk, unfiltered reactions, and voices that won't stay silent, don't just scroll. Stick around, hit that like, and catch the next clip coming up. You don't want to miss what's next.